Hey, Blakely Dunn here. I am going to apologize ahead of time for any background noise, but I'm sorry. I have got to be outside right now because it's beautiful and it's in February and I just can't. I got to make this video, but I can't. So you will hear because there's construction in our neighborhood going on and I'm sorry. Okay, so maybe I should wait on that one. So this is day one, technically. Yesterday was the introduction to my Beat the Binge group. So I'm just going to dive into what I wanted to talk about today, which is, I think, the first step in beating binge eating is realizing if you actually have a problem or not. So there's a big difference between overeating bad food, crap food, junk food. Let's say that because I hate the word bad food, and binge eating. And so a lot of times people think just because they don't have self-control and they eat a donut or two that day that's binging, and that's not it. First off, before I dive in, full disclosure, I am not a doctor. I am not a psychiatrist, therapist. I have no experience medically or trained professionally in treating eating disorders, okay? So know that going into this, please. I just want to share and tell people how I got past this issue. So I didn't realize it was a disorder or, even anything that I could label until I went to a doctor. Do I think you need to go to a doctor to figure out that you struggle with binge eating? No, not necessarily. For me, though, it was pretty awesome too, because only for me, I thought there was anorexia and bulimia. I didn't realize that there was a true eating disorder called binge eating disorder at this time. Again, this was like 10, 13 years ago. So for me, that was a big deal to know, hey, you've actually got an issue that is more than just, you not having any willpower or self-control. And I needed that. So I urge you, go to talk to a professional if you feel the need to do so. But I don't think you have to. So like I said, let me give you two examples of someone who's just overeating crap food versus someone who's binge eating. A person who is overeating crap food is a person that maybe skips breakfast because they never eat it, and they go to lunch at McDonald's and eat a number 3 with a Coke, right? And then they have dinner, and their dinner is pizza, and they eat 2 to 4 slices. That's not binge eating, okay? Someone that's overeating crap food is someone who is at work and is trying to stay on track, and their co-workers keep bringing cake and they had a slice that day. No, that's not binge eating. Binge eating is when you are completely out of control. It legit is as if you are an addict because it is an addiction. So I'm just going to tell you some of my deep, dirty binge eating times that only my mother and Terry have seen. And that's when I put myself in a hole, and I may order that day. Here's a good example. Real good example. And this is when I knew I really had a problem. So I get sick, right? This was back, I lived in this house. So it was during the real bad year, I guess, 2015. So this is 17, 16, yeah, 15. And I decided that I wanted to cancel my group fitness class that day that I taught. And so I did, and I immediately felt guilty and felt shame because I realized I really wasn't that sick. I just wanted to binge. And I guess I should say I tend to hide and push the fact that I wanted to binge under, and so it wasn't something I just thought necessarily out loud to myself, but it was. I don't know how to explain that exactly. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that. So what happened was, I think I had a breakfast of normalcy, some kind of breakfast, and then I'm laying in my bed watching Netflix or something. Mom's at work, Terry's at work, and I order a Jets pizza. Jets is the closest to us. Probably ordered a large, just because in my head, Terry and Mom are going to have some of this. And I end up eating all but 4 pizzas. So Terry gets 2, Mom gets 2. Not only do I order the large, I also get the cinnamon stick things. Eat that whole pan. Yeah, okay. So Mama usually comes home about 3:30. I give her 2 pieces, but by the time Terry gets home, I'm embarrassed and I throw the box away and don't tell him. In my head, Mama and Terry aren't talking about this shit. Who knows if they really are or not. They are closer than I think sometimes. So then, fast forward to dinner time, and when Terry comes home, and you look at us and you think I'm the one with the eating issues. And granted, he does have his own, but he's not a binge eater, okay? He's a person that overeats crap. I'm the binger. So I go to him and I say, babe, you want some Chinese tonight? I'm eating bad today. That is legit what I'll say to him. And he would say, yes, let's get Chinese. So we would both order, and I would get, I don't know, usually it's General Cho's shrimp. That shit's so good. With the fried rice and the vegetables that come with it. And then I would also get crab ragoons that are so good. Especially, we have a Chinese fast food that's right close that's really, really good. And then I would also get the steamed dumplings. And I would eat all that shit. The whole thing. The whole thing. I watch my coworkers order Chinese, and they always stop at half. Terry would stop at half and put it up. I'm eating all the steamed dumplings, all the crab ragoons, all the shrimp. I usually end up leaving some of the rice. And usually most of the vegetables I eat. How does that fit into my abdomen? That's what I want to know. Like, where does that come from? That's binge eating, okay? Or back when it used to be real, real bad, and I would restrict my calories before I knew anything about nutrition, and I would go, I would go all day long with maybe 500-700 calories, right? So by the time I got off of work, hey, making a video, guys, sorry. By the time I got off of work, the urges would kick in. There's a Sonic on your way home. There's a McDonald's on your way home. There's a Burger King on your way home. Can y'all play in the yard? There's a whole fenced yard for you. I hope y'all can hear me. There's all kinds of noise, and this is a good video. I don't want to remake it. So anyway, that's what I would do is I would pick one of them. Usually it would be McDonald's first because I love their French fries. And I would get, I don't know, let's just say it depends, either the chicken nugget meal or the quarter pounder meal. And I would get it supersized with a Diet Coke. I just want to specify that I did not drink Diet Coke because I thought it was saving a little bit of calories while I was eating. It was just, I preferred the Diet Coke, the way it tastes. So, just want to put that out there. And then I'd go home, I'd eat it, and then Mama would go to bed. This is pre-Terry, right? And to me, that was a normal meal. And then Mama would go to bed, and I'd be watching TV or something by myself, and guess what would happen? Sonic. And I would get a Sonic Blast, usually the huge one. And I would say to myself, well, this is the last time this is happening. This is the last time I'm going to eat bad. This is the last time I'm going to binge. Or I never said binge. It was usually eat bad. And so I'm like, I'm going all out. So I'd also get a corn dog and tater tots. I want to state for the record that this girl will have tater tots again because I love those. It'd be a while, but anyway. And I would eat it. I still don't understand why there are people that are morbidly obese from eating like this, and I'm not. I don't get that. There's got to be something genetic about it. I definitely know that when I'm in the throes of my binging, you can see it. I gain usually about 10 pounds. And not only that, I'm puffy. You can see it on my face. You can see it all over my skin and my body. So I'm hoping that sharing what binge eating really looks like for me will help you determine whether or not this is an issue. It's also one thing I want to make clear, and if you're getting brain over binge, this is something that you're going to go, yep, is the urges. So if you have struggled with any addictions, for me, cigarettes, I still don't feel like I can call myself an alcoholic compared to what an alcoholic truly is, but I definitely had an addiction to binge drinking. Binge drinker, I guess I could say. I can't touch alcohol and at all. I just can't. I can't drink one glass of wine ever, and that's why I know I can't have one bite of sugar. So anyway, when you're addicted to a substance of some form, cigarettes, alcohol, you get what I call, and what this lady that Catherine Hansen wrote in the book, urges. And with binge eating, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about how to handle it, I just want you to be able to recognize it. It's the cycle you have in your head. I was good today, so I can have a piece of cake, and then you lose control. And I'll just start over tomorrow. Or if you're bulimic, which I'm not, but in the book this lady is, and you'll read that, it's that cycle of, well, I can just outwork it tomorrow in the gym. I haven't done that in years because I learned you can't out-train a bad diet. But I did do that originally. I thought that, okay, I can eat whatever I want to as long as I work out. But I still didn't take it to this lady's level. I've never done that, and that's why I'm not a bulimic. I'm a binge eater. So it's just these uncontrollable urges. And let me explain, like when you're quitting smoking cigarettes, you smoke, I'm going to quit after this pack. All right, this is it. This is my last pack. This is it. It's all I'm going to smoke. Put down, put it out, put out the cigarette, and then immediately all you want is a fucking cigarette. It is like something in your brain switches that says, bitch, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's urge after urge after urge after urge just going at you that's saying you're going to get another cigarette. And people that are in that life still now that were friends with me then can remember me just bumming because I didn't want to buy a pack. Or I'd buy a pack and throw it out the window and just smoke one. So awful. Those uncontrollable urges are what you get when you have binge eating disorder. And they're uncontrollable. Like, literally, you cannot argue with them. You cannot reason with them. They come from a place that is not you. When you get this book, if you get this book, it will teach you that. And I'm going to tell you, it helps so fucking much to know that. It alleviates the shame that is involved. And when you alleviate the shame and you're able to look outside of it, then you're able to figure out, okay, this isn't just my fault. So yeah, recognizing you have the issue is where you need to start first. So feel free to discuss below. I know a lot of you, like I said yesterday, are going to be shy about this and have some shame involved with this, and I get that. I understand that. I for years did the same thing, but it was when I started talking about it to people and recognizing it in other people and realizing that if I could just fix it in myself, that I would be able to help other people fix it. It's the whole reason I became a coach. Beachbody gave me that outlet and I jumped for it. And when you realize there's that correlation in it, that's when it'll click for you and you'll be able to work through it. But no, I've been working on this for 4 years, okay? I'm just now to the point to where I'm confident 100% enough to say I'm done binging. You're not ever going to see me do that again. And I've never been able to say that 100% confident. So know that this isn't something that's going to fix tomorrow.